this is Tobechukwu. You already know me, right? I want to talk to Niger Delta youths. The truth of the matter is that the oil companies are responsible for their facilities. I've said that over and over, and I maintain that. But I've been involved so deeply in community work that I understand the community dynamics in Niger Delta to a large extent, right? I have a lot of mentors that been long in the space that that teach me and tell me a lot, and I hear a lot of things. I also see a lot of things. Look, I still say it till tomorrow, right? Niger Delta has no business being poor. If we go by the way Saudi Arabia and Qatar is, right, especially Qatar, I think from the global rating, if I'm not mistaken, we produce more oil than Qatar, or almost the same quantity, right? And look at how Qatar is as a country. Almost everybody's living like a king there, all right? And look at how Niger Delta is. So if you are talking about justice, there's an imbalance there. So Niger Delta communities, the poorest communities in Niger Delta, many of them are host communities, and that's usually my anger, that these communities can be housing and feeding the nation, and these communities are poor. That being said, we continue fighting the Niger Delta fight, and we continue fighting for the communities and for the victims, which most times are the vulnerable people. But that being said, I need to talk to my Niger Delta people. I need to talk to the young people in Niger Delta. Look, and that's why I started the Look Beyond Oil campaign. It seems like we have been so used to this game, and when we talk about give us our rights, and sometimes everybody it's almost like we just compress everything to money, and by the time they just bring out 2 million naira and they settle somebody, he's quiet, they settle another person. So it's almost like it's a template. We just, once we are hungry, we just gather boys and then destroy one pipeline and they give you money, and it's all about money, not really the environment. If money is the end goal, then we are not fighting for the justice of Niger Delta. And sadly, most times that's a misconception of this our fight. It seems like money is the end goal. And people don't even talk again about land remediation. People don't talk about restoration of land. People are not even talking about survival of our ecosystem. And that's where it begins to pain me, when I see that the very people that we are trying to fight for are the ones fighting us. And you go to these places and you see that a lot of youths are violent towards us, and because they feel like they want to come and collect food from their table. Look, nobody's dragging food with you. In fact, we are looking for an environment where every Niger Deltan is living like a king. Every single Niger Deltan. The oil that is produced from Niger Delta is accounted for, and it is, if you say you stubborn head, we must produce oil. No problem. But let us make it just. Let us ensure that our pipelines are not vandalized, not being vandalized, or is not leaking every 5 market days. Because every week, almost every week or every month in Niger Delta, one pipeline is leaking. So it's the one that you even hear about. There are many communities that the pipeline has been leaking for weeks. Nobody has if you see the pollution that does to the ecosystem. And most Niger Delta people are farmers because there are no jobs. The oil company, look, you are not a wealthy man if it's only you that is. Most of you cannot even stay. Many of you cannot even stay. You corrupt chiefs and corrupt paramount rulers and corrupt representative of Niger Delta. Many of you cannot even go back to your communities. Most of you cannot go back to your communities, right? Because you have betrayed the community. You are leaving. You can't even come back to your home because you have betrayed your people because of peanuts, money that will still finish. And the people that are giving you this peanuts, you can't even use your sense and tell yourself that, look, how is this person getting the 20 million that is giving me from my land? Right? And instead of all of you to come together and fight for your land and say, no, look, let there be a just process. Justice is what we're asking for. We're not fighting anybody. Right? And if you vandalize a pipeline, it's still your land that you're damaging. These people, see, let me tell you what will happen. They will increase the price. Look, somehow, we still, the people, use your sense. I don't want to get angry.